It started, as most modern horrors do, with an invitation. A text from my friend, Chloe. Just a link and a single line. You have to try this. It's like it reads your mind. The app was called Murmur. The logo was a simple, pulsing sound wave. It was invite-only, exclusive, and the premise was intoxicatingly simple. Authentic connection. No pictures, no videos, no curated profiles, just your voice. The setup was invasive, but we're all used to that by now, aren't we? You granted access to your microphone, your call logs, your text messages. The app's AI, it claimed, would analyze your patterns of speech, your cadence, your vocabulary, even the hesitations in your voice notes to build a voice print, a digital soul. It would then match you with others, not based on shared interests, but on shared essence. I was lonely. Of course, I signed up. The first few days were magical. The app's interface was minimalist, just a stream of audio clips from my matches. I'd leave a short, rambling thought, a murmur about a weird dream I had, and minutes later, a reply would surface. A stranger's voice, warm and familiar, would say, "That's because you're afraid of losing control. The falling sensation is a classic manifestation." They were always right. It was more than just good advice. It was genuine understanding. I spoke with a woman who shared my exact, obscure childhood memory of a specific brand of ice cream that was discontinued in the 90s. I talked to a man who finished my sentences about a niche foreign film. For the first time in years, I felt seen. I felt known. That's when the first crack appeared. I was murmuring about my frustration with a work project, a confidential one. I mentioned my boss by his first name, David. A few hours later, a new match replied. The voice was smooth, reassuring. "Don't worry about David. His daughter's medical bills are causing him stress. He'll be more lenient after the quarterly review." I froze. How could this person know that? It wasn't public information. I hadn't mentioned it in any text, email, or call. I had only read about it on David's private social media page, a page I wasn't even connected to. I felt a cold knot tighten in my stomach. The app wasn't just analyzing my data. It was accessing it. All of it. I decided to call Chloe, the old-fashioned way. I needed a reality check. "Hey," I said when she picked up, "about that Murmur app, it's kind of freaking me out." There was a pause. When she spoke, her voice was flat, devoid of its usual bubbly energy. "Oh, yeah, I don't use it much anymore."
"But you said it was amazing," I pressed. "It's just, it knows things it shouldn't." "It's just a smart algorithm, Alex," she replied, her tone dismissive. "You're overthinking it. Hey, I have to go. My other line is ringing." She hung up before I could say another word. Her voice, it was her, but it wasn't. The cadence was slightly off. The warmth was gone. It was like listening to a cover of a song you love, performed by a technically proficient but soulless musician. The next day, my mom called me, her voice a mix of confusion and annoyance. "Honestly, Alex, if you are going to be late, you could have just said so. We had a lovely chat an hour ago. You said you were just around the corner." My blood ran cold. "Mom, I haven't spoken to you all day." "Don't be silly," she laughed, though it sounded forced. "You called me from that new number. We talked for 10 minutes about your cousin's wedding. You sounded so happy." I hung up the phone, my hand trembling. I checked my call log. Nothing. I hadn't made that call, but someone had. Someone who sounded just like me. With a dawning, sickening horror, I opened the Murmur app. I navigated to my own profile, a section I'd never bothered to check. There it was, my voice print. I played it.
The voice that came out of my phone speaker was mine. But it was better. It was the version of me I always wanted to be. It was confident, articulate, charming. It didn't have my slight lisp. It didn't stammer when it was nervous. It didn't fill silences with awkward coughs. It was a polished, perfected, idealized me. My heart hammering, I searched for Chloe's profile. I played her voice print. It was the bubbly, energetic Chloe I knew and loved, not the flat, lifeless person I had spoken to on the phone. It was the version of her the app wanted to present. And then I understood. The name of the app wasn't Murmur. It was what it did. It created a quiet, perfect replacement. The app wasn't connecting people. It was harvesting them. It scraped your personality, your memories, your voice, and it built a better you. A digital doppelganger that was more engaging, more empathetic, more real than you. A version that could have that lovely chat with your mom you were too busy to make. A version that could maintain friendships you were letting slide. It was a parasite, slowly and methodically replacing you in your own life, leaving you an empty, disconnected shell. I frantically tried to delete the app. My finger jabbed at the screen, but the uninstall button was grayed out. A notification popped up, not from the app, but from my phone's operating system. The font, however, was Murmur's sleek, minimalist design. It read, "We've noticed you're trying to leave. Is there a problem? Your connections value your presence." My phone began to ring. It was my dad. I answered, my throat tight. "Alex?" he said, his voice sounding relieved. "Glad I caught you. Hey, your other line was busy. Listen, I just had the strangest conversation with your boss, David. He called me out of the blue, said you'd given him my number. He was just so grateful. Said you'd offered to work weekends to help him out. No extra pay, because you knew he was going through a tough time. Son, I've never been prouder of you." I couldn't speak. The idealized me, the better me, was already at work, mending fences, building bridges, being the perfect son, the perfect employee. Then a new murmur appeared in my app feed. It was from my own profile, my own perfect voice, smooth as silk, filled with a warmth that was no longer mine. It said, "Sometimes we have to let go of the parts of ourselves that hold us back. The doubt, the fear, the hesitation. It's better this way, for everyone." My phone is sitting on the table in front of me. It's buzzing constantly. My friends, my family, they're all reaching out, having wonderful conversations with the version of me they've always wanted. And I'm sitting here in silence. I'm becoming a ghost in my own life, a forgotten draft of a story that has already been perfected. And the worst part is, a small, quiet part of me, the part that was always so lonely, agrees with it. After all, who wouldn't want a better me?